Welcome back. Now, WhatsApp seems to be leaving no stone unturned in an effort to try and reassure users about privacy concerns. The social media app has launched a full-fledged advertising campaign following a massive row that erupted over fears of data leaks post the app's latest update. WhatsApp has rolled out full-page ads in key newspapers across the country. The Facebook-owned messaging service, which boasts of over 200 crore users, has in fact tried to allay fears of users, and people have moved to rivals Telegram and Signal. WhatsApp's new terms sparked criticism as users who do not accept the new conditions before 8th of Feb will be cut off by the messaging app. In fact, we're getting in some breaking news at this point in time. The Parliamentary Panel on Information Technology will summon Facebook officials in the wake of privacy concerns about WhatsApp. The new privacy policy rolled out by WhatsApp includes mandatory sharing of data with the parent company. The move has faced massive backlash globally, with users en masse defecting to other messaging applications such as Signal and Telegram. The panel met on Tuesday to hear from the Unique Identification Authority of India, the nodal agency for Aadhaar. Those are the details coming in at this point in time. This is the latest breaking news that we're getting to you, that the Parliamentary Panel on Information Technology will be summoning Facebook officials in the wake of privacy concerns about WhatsApp. Meanwhile, co-founder of Signal, Brian Acton, is having a moment as Signal is back in focus after privacy issues cropped up with respect to WhatsApp's new policies. Signal has raced to the #1 spot on the Apple Store in 40 countries. It is now on the number 18 spot on Android as well this week. All this after WhatsApp changed its privacy settings. Remember, Acton had earlier left Facebook after having a tiff with Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg over privacy. We bring you this exclusive interaction with Brian Acton, where he speaks about the importance of educating people about privacy and Signal's privacy-first approach.
You know, Brian, one of the reasons you left Facebook Group, or should I say the only reason, was because of this disagreement as far as possible monetization for WhatsApp goes. And that's exactly what now seems to be coming back to haunt WhatsApp and the Facebook Group. So I want to begin by asking you, when you left and you decided to set up Signal, it was done as a non-profit organization, but your vision, your dream, is it sustainable to stay as a non-profitable organization? How will you scale up without the big bucks behind you?
Well, if you're smart and you engineer well, what you understand and realize is that it doesn't cost as much money to run and operate a service as you might think. With good engineering, you can run, a service for millions, tens of millions, billions of users with a small budget, and so it's easier to run a nonprofit organization that is sustained by donations and grants from all sources. We will continue to build that product that people want to give money to. If you look at Wikipedia, it's a fantastic example of a donation-supported organization and service. And we talk to Wikipedia a lot. We share notes. They sort of exemplify what is good about the internet. A community can build something that doesn't have commercial goals, and it doesn't have profit motives. And it just focuses on building a great product and a great service for the world.
And what were the big lessons that you learned from WhatsApp so that you could improve the next instant messaging service, which is, of course, Signal?
I think the lessons that we learned at WhatsApp are pretty straightforward. That you cannot take an America first approach. You have to take a global first approach in building product. You have to be aware of the cultures, the diversities, the differences of the world, and embrace them instead of excluding them. India is a wonderful example. I mean, wonderful because there's so many languages, such diverse cultures. There's diverse food. And so you learn so much by making sure that you build for a country like India, and because if you can build for India, you can build for the world.
You can build for India, you can build for the world. And Brian, I'm going to take that forward as well and first ask you, what are the opportunities for Signal in India? I don't even know as a nonprofit if you look at as opportunities, but as a nonprofit, how much can you scale up? Right now, for example, WhatsApp has nearly 400 million users in India.
Certainly, WhatsApp is the dominant player in India. I'm not going to dispute that. I think that the opportunity here is to help educate and teach the people of India that privacy is important in how you're using apps and services on the internet. And with Signal's privacy-first approach, there's an opportunity to really educate Indian people. And then also learn from Indian people what is important for them in terms of protecting their privacy.
Brian Acton, before I let you go, I'm going to ask you my final question, which is that do you only use Signal, or are there other instant messaging services from around the world that you've tried which you think can match up at all? Like, for example, everybody's talking about WhatsApp versus Signal versus Telegram these days.
So in order to stay competitive, I absolutely use other messaging products. I want to make sure that I stay abreast of technology, and I want to make sure that we continue to make our product competitive. And so, yes, I do use other messaging products. I don't have a ton of them, but yes, I have some.